Sabrina Carpenter might be one of the most in-demand pop stars of the decade, but her story isn't all glitter and Grammy trophies. Behind the powerhouse vocals and sharp lyrics is a young woman who's endured bullying, anxiety, grief, scandals, and even a bomb threat. Yet, through it all, she's kept her sense of humor and maybe a little bit of sass. Let's dive into Sabrina's roller coaster of a journey, where the highs are stadium-sized and the lows are heartbreakingly human. Bullied for singing. Believe it or not, Sabrina Carpenter's first critics weren't music journalists or internet trolls. They were her classmates. Imagine being teased for daring to sing covers of Adele and Christina Aguilera on YouTube. Kids called it annoying. Years later, the world called it talent. In an interview with Interview magazine, she admitted she was bullied for her ambitions. Ironically, I was bullied for singing, she said, which is kind of like mocking Picasso for doodling or LeBron James for playing basketball. The bullying eventually pushed her into homeschooling, a move she says made her feel safer and allowed her to dodge those toxic circles that kids often don't even realize they're trapped in. Translation: Sabrina escaped before high school cliques could completely ruin her vibe. Guided, then misguided. Carpenter might now seem like the definition of female empowerment, but she hasn't always been steering her own ship. In her younger years, she admits she was constantly guided and misguided by people who didn't exactly have her best interests at heart. But, as she told Time in 2024, those detours turned out to be valuable. She's thankful for being led astray because it taught her to trust her instincts. Basically, she went from obedient Disney darling to woman who knows when to say no. Her fifth album, Emails I Can't Send, was a turning point. Sabrina realized she didn't want to spend her 20s as a robot angel. Instead, she embraced being messy, emotional, and gloriously human, a mood we can all relate to. Heartbreak. Hits hard. Sabrina's music thrives on authenticity, and heartbreak has been one of her richest sources of inspiration. On Emails I Can't Send, songs like Tornado Warnings reflect her first major heartbreak. She never revealed the guy's name. Smart move, considering how her fans can internet stalk like the FBI. But she admitted the breakup made her question her instincts and even her self-worth. In a 2025 Vogue interview, she described it as her biggest heartbreak to date and compared it to grieving someone who's still alive. Ouch. That's the kind of pain that turns into great art and even better playlists for crying in the shower. Battling anxiety. Anxiety isn't a stranger in Sabrina's life, and she poured those emotions into her 2019 song, Exhale. Talking to MTV News, she described anxiety as 1,000 questions you can't answer, which is both poetic and painfully accurate. At first, she hesitated to share her struggles because she didn't want to sound ungrateful, but she realized that speaking up could help others feel less alone. And she's right. Sometimes knowing your fave pop star also spirals at 2 a.m. Over imaginary conversations makes you feel a little less crazy. Losing Cameron Boyce. In 2019, Sabrina's close friend and fellow Disney alum Cameron Boyce tragically passed away at just 20 years old due to an epileptic seizure. Sabrina's tribute on Facebook was heartbreaking. She called him incredible and said she couldn't imagine a world without him. Her words painted a picture of deep friendship, laughter, and the kind of bond only Disney Channel kids can understand. Losing Cameron was a devastating reminder that even young stars with big futures aren't invincible. Death threats over a love triangle. If you thought your high school drama was bad, imagine being accused of breaking up Olivia Rodrigo and Joshua Bassett. When Rodrigo's driver's license dropped in 2021, fans assumed Sabrina was the older blonde in the lyrics. The internet went wild, labeling her a homewrecker. The hate escalated so badly that Sabrina received actual death threats. She later addressed it in her song, I'm Because I Liked a Boy, where she sings, Now I'm a homewrecker. I got death threats filling up semi-trucks. Not exactly the teen dream she probably had in mind. Losing her grandparents. In 2020, Sabrina lost her beloved grandfather, Frank. Just 2 years later, her grandmother, Marilyn, her biggest fan, also passed away. Sabrina's Instagram tributes were tender and raw, capturing the love she shared with them. She once revealed her grandma thought her song, Smoke and Fire, had a hot beat. Another time, she spent Christmas playing ping pong with her. In short, Marilyn wasn't just grandma, she was the ultimate hype woman. The bomb threat scare. Life as a pop star isn't always just sequins and confetti cannons. In 2022, Sabrina was scheduled to perform in Portland when her show was abruptly canceled due to a bomb threat at the venue. Understandably shaken, she later told fans how devastated she was to call off the concert. Authorities evacuated the audience safely, but the incident was a terrifying reminder of how fame can attract not just adoration, but danger. Cheating rumors and a messy breakup. By 2024, Sabrina was dating actor Barry Keoghan, her co-star in the Please 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 video. Fans dubbed them a power couple, but their romance fizzled within a year. Officially, they said the split was amicable and career-focused. Unofficially, the internet whispered about Barry's alleged infidelity. The rumors got so intense that Barry himself hopped on X, formerly Twitter, to defend his name. Adding to the chaos, influencer Brecky Hill denied being involved, insisting she'd never even met him. Moral of the story? Dating in the public eye is like living inside a reality show you didn't sign up for. Called out for lip syncing. In 2024, a TikTok user accused Sabrina of lip syncing during her Short and Sweet World Tour, claiming her shows were 30% live singing, 30% backing track, and 40% lip sync. Sabrina wasn't having it. She clapped back, saying, "I sing live at every show 100%. Would you like to speak to my audio engineers?" Unfortunately, her sass didn't silence the critics, who doubled down instead. Sometimes the internet really is undefeated. Album cover controversy. Just when Sabrina announced her 7th album, Man's Best Friend, in 2025, the cover art stole the headlines. The provocative image, her on all fours with a man gripping her hair, sparked outrage. The Guardian called it soft porn pandering to the male gaze, while the New York Post slammed it as a disservice to young women. Sabrina, however, was unbothered. When a fan asked if she had anything to offer besides sex, she cheekily replied, "Girl, yes, and it is good. I'm actually a very normal amount of horny." She later told Rolling Stone that critics complaining about her themes were being hypocritical, since those were the very songs they'd made hits. Translation: if you're streaming it, don't complain about it. From tragedy to triumph, Sabrina Carpenter's journey proves that even in the glitzy world of pop stardom, life throws curveballs. She's been bullied, brokenhearted, called names, accused of scandals, and even threatened with violence. Yet she's also turned pain into music, grief into resilience, and criticism into sass-filled comebacks. Her story isn't just about survival, it's about thriving. She's a reminder that you can be heartbroken, anxious, and unfairly judged, and still come out with a chart-topping album and a killer sense of humor. Because if Sabrina Carpenter can deal with bomb threats, internet trolls, and being mistaken for Olivia Rodrigo's nemesis, then surely we can all get through our bad hair days and awkward Zoom calls. And that's the wild ride of Sabrina Carpenter's life so far, full of highs, lows, heartbreaks, and clapbacks. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.